Yeah.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why Friesel?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Flip the pages, see what
To your
catches your eyes.
disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. No advertisements, you notice. So who's funding this radical commentary? After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Read the editor's note.
As you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turned to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
They've overestimated the market demand for this kind of commentary. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
I want to catch up on international developments.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
What is Kunst und Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. Why they decided to title this one section in Valda is beyond you. Obviously, because it's
cool
to drop random phrases in foreign languages. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an
Thank you, Encyclopedia, for the money.
Racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit.
Read the profile of CS.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
All right, let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
Wait, what's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
Wait, hang on. Who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nastep Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names.
Wait, why are those
Have you ever
real
met
names?
anyone named Exilus?
Huh.
Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
What's wrong with bad about
Under
sponsorships?
capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity.
That's too sad, but yeah.
Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
But you get to see him
And that
crash.
precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
No, you're right. I'm just in it for the
You
violence.
see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
I see. This is why communism is the blue skill ideology. You know, I was just thinking about that I almost wonder if the emphasis on what tech broism is today, if communism would be under the intellect row, the capitalism would be underneath the intellect row, and communism would be under the motrix row, because communism is almost always also something that comes out of reactionaries, and the motrix row is where all of your reaction speed and all of that is. Let's see what they mean by local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines.
Oh, so this is
A
like
city
recent
in
reason.
revolt. First, we take Martinez. Then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Damn, communists should have killed a lot of them when they had the chance. If it weren't for the wild pines, all these moochers would have a job. Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous. Wouldn't it be better for everyone if labor and capital could reach some reasonable accommodation? Why should I care? Yeah, no, charging rent is
The
ridiculous.
writer, G. Martin, remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed upward.
You can make arguments for all of fascism being motrix because it's literally a knee-jerk reactionary shit. Yeah, but I kind of love that fascism is your gut because it's full of shit.
Good thing your rent-paying days are behind you. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Magazine away. Okay, so we got that done. Handwritten note from the fridge, which we did that one. We did the medicinal purposes of the pail.
Medicinal purposes of...
Yeah, it was the hangover cures. Map of Martinez, we did that. We did the greatest innocence. Yeah. Yeah, we did the man from Heimdall. We did the... Yeah, because we... Okay, so we can just start reading our cases.
A cabbage of papers hanging from the board with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised.
Okay, we can do like one or two before the end of the day. Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum 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 at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait,
beaten
how?
to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Right, on the
Joseph
murder.
Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve, was doing it solo, said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister, was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. toughest he's ever had.
Wait, was Joseph Mills a good
No.
cop?
He was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Go
Okay,
on.
so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
That sounds horrible. Can you get high off of
No,
it?
it's soot and water vapor. It doesn't do anything.
Really
Yeah.
stupid.
So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open. Blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be?
I'm glad that we had the exact same thought.
Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just
Invisible
dropped
assassin?
dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Tables low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked the hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table. Yeah, it's really funny. You can do that if you don't like. I vape occasionally. If you don't have it twisted to the point where you get air in when you breathe in, when you stand up after hitting it, you just fall the fuck over because you didn't actually get any oxygen when you pulled from it. That's really sad. Oh my god.
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
He must have sucked a lot of it.
Yeah, he liked his hookah. Stephen was his name.
And what was he doing there for 6
Smoking
hours?
hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed, piecing it together. Next.
Couch in an unexpected
Some
location.
assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They actually looked like assholes. They looked really cool, like models. They looked really cool, like a rock band.
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway,
Yeah.
you got to complain about the damn sofa or couch, whatever it was.
Oh my god, don't cough from vaping, cough from laughing at
They were leaving it
teenagers.
out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it and smoked cigarettes and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
That's literally the case. Did I ever catch
No,
those guys?
You didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
The square bullet hole
It would
murders.
be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks on her rocking chair with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape. That's
But
all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
sequence
Who
killer?
knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day.
What the
One
fuck?
day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
Is that a Control reference? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, the unsolvable case.
Leslie and Burke, a.k.a. the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That, or you were high.
Thanks, electrochemistry.
Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Can we just keep them off the streets?
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition because that's where the action is. Can you keep yourself off the streets?
Proceed.
Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy.
Oh, God.
Even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol. So Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Public indecency.
Good. You're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face.
Oh, shit.
Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. Kill them. They broke it.
No, Half-Life.
He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk.
Holy shit.
Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved, which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Does that sound like a Raphael something Costeau to you, sir?
One last time, yes. Okay, you're right. It doesn't.
Damn it. Take it anyway. Since you so obviously want to be a detective.
I like how I get Detective Cousteau anyway. Okay, the next one
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Coudon. Cause of failure: rent too high. The mural is enormous. Two silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class."
That was text I thought about doing an embroidery of, but I didn't know about the last line. I just loved the true love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. That's really good.
People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out whoever came
The
up with
case
it?
files do not show you finding the author of the design. The
Read
crew
on.
agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
Keep the mural,
A
is right.
staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. The middle class are not to be blamed. It's human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. The middle class is it's human
Did
nature.
anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet magic? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
Now I
Not
can
much has
revisit this.
changed in the
Okay, put the ledger away. That was a long while. Okay, we got one more skill point. Let's see what the officer Cousteau reads as. Okay. Detective Cousteau. Detective Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. When you say it like that, it feels like you're taking a bite of a lemon meringue while sitting on the terrace of a seaside cafe. On a cool summer day, in Sur-le-Clef, it's everything you're not. You haven't created many things during your stay in Martinez, but you've created this. A fancy, sophisticated name that makes you sound intelligent, and that no one seems to acknowledge. Don't you feel like you deserve a reward for coming up with something so special? And what would that reward be? I do actually want to do that. But I guess it would be like getting rid of the Jamrock Shuffle. I don't really feel like we're going to find other containers. Yeah. I'm going to miss my 2 conceptualization, I won't lie. I think that's everything for reading. Yeah. Go us. All right. I'm going to save because that was a bunch of shit. And let's take sleepies.
It's getting cold.
Yeah, let's end the check. We're not going to try to shave. It's not worth it.
The bed is coming.
No, not yet. Hold on.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You
Okay, I
see the
need
reflection of your face
encyclopedia.
in it.
To be able to learn more
The
about
bed
the
is comforting, if a
expression.
bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Go to sleep.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Oh, I can't wait to go to bed. It just hit me like, how long were we going?
Baby.
All right.
A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colors, the voices, the rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images. You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards.
Studio full of crap.
Meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent in the world, but what if I want to be the agent of nothing?
It's too late. You're not made of nothing anymore. You're something now, Harry. I tried to drown you in the black water, but you re-emerged, kicking and screaming, running. And for what?
The ancient reptilian brain being your brain's sense of thanatos and desire to die, but needs to keep itself alive, so it just wants you to be painless. It's really
Solving your
interesting.
little crossword puzzles, doing your tasks, crossing names off lists, trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Why?
Oh, so love can break your heart.
Thanks, limbic system. Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go.
Thanks,
Do it for the
Felician.
wind.
Oh, that's so good.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Open your eyes. Yeah, okay, maybe we want to go get more sleep this night. I like that it does point out that I didn't let Harry get sleep. God, I love the music in these sections. Okay, we'll put good old crowbar in the hand. Which just came up as like now available. That's interesting. But now we have a bunch of tasks available. I think we are going to be done for the night here shortly, though. I want to pick up Kim. Good morning. Yeah, we'll save here and call it for the night. I think that's a good stopping point. Now we're at the point where I don't actually know what's next at all. Other than like vaguely we go to the church and do some stuff, but other than that, everything that we've been encountering is stuff that I'm not familiar with. It's been awesome, honestly. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night and we'll just keep playing this for as long as we can. Hopefully we'll be going for a little bit longer. I want to start a little bit earlier and also not be starving. Hold on. there might be a baby. Baby? Baby Tex? Wanna come here? No late yells. There's no more meals today. You gotta come here. Come here. Come here, baby. No, don't walk away. Don't be an asshole. Toast. Toast. You fuzzy little prick. Come here. Baby! Okay, well, mwah. Me and the big baby will be in here tomorrow. And then, other than that, y'all have a good night. Baby! Look at these drumsticks! Look at that! Oh, he's so upset because he thinks they're getting another meal. And they are not. There you go, bye. Back to disco. I almost said Dishonored even though we haven't started it yet. I guess you can just tell what I'm thinking about already. Did I remember to turn the audio back on? I did! Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, friends. What were we doing? I like that we have a task list. Okay, the first order of business is we go to Kim's car so we can call this in. Because we have multiple things to call in. Oh, actually, I guess I should talk to him about the body.
Yes? What do you
About the
want
case
to know?
again? Would you say this is a
No.
mysterious case?
It's not a particular. The deceased
What?
is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take. I can
Otherworldly
assure you
involved.
nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not?
I think something already is
No,
happening.
something isn't happening because it's not part of reality.
The gesture resembles an orchestra conductor bringing the choir to a full stop. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
Good.
Is there a... Oh my god. Convince Kim there's a sexy, dark mystery twist to the case.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person with a very small soul.
No, I have an oceanic
One
soul.
you should be ashamed of. It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. It was right to obey.
Oh.
What do you want to know?
Okay, no.
Good.
Where do we get to the volition check?
Knows he's having trouble processing.
Have
feel
you
like I
tried?
have to
There
repeat
is a
this.
sudden, harsh edge to his voice.
Not
It's all
a-
personal
the
affairs.
RCM deployed.
Try
So
work.
what should I concentrate?
Okay,
Let's
really?
move on.
You look fine to me. This
Talking
second-
serious
The first-
damage.
You can
Okay.
always use the radio in my case.
Want to talk about
me?
you? I don't think I...
What do you
you
mean?
ever talk about yourself?
I have no...
The lieutenant, but this isn't
No.
an old.
Do you ever,
school
you know?
case.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all your.
Okay, so that's...
That
no, I
makes
didn't mean to
him
do that.
Are
I'm not
they?
gonna call him that.
They are mostly just cumbersome. No.
Tell me a secret. Ask
Your brain
again.
sends the signal to your lips, but
Hello,
they
hello.
refuse the order. It's like you're locked.
What's
in
happening?
Nothing. You bet.
Except by thraldom.
The lieutenant relaxes his high ground, and you seem to.
Okay, I don't think I can get back to
Let's
that
change
vision
the
check, but
subject.
we do have that. Okay. So in that case, the next order of operations is let's go call. So we also need to talk about the armor. We need to call in the other case. We need to ask. Oh, hello, gentlemen. The fuck are you doing outside my car? Oh, okay. We need to get these jackets, by the way. Okay, dudes.
That's one
Oh.
motor carriage.
Says the young man with a piss censored written on his back.
If I were a real skull now,
Oh,
I'd
fuck the
jack
world
it,
is great.
paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, fuck the world.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now,
He turns to me. Who
I
are
can
you?
tell you who we're not. Cop. We're not snitches. Or skulls.
which is not to say that the skulls are bitches. On the contrary,
Oh my god.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, Cop Man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the
You
skulls?
don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
I'm so glad you
the
asked.
question was rhetorical. The
Ha!
skulls are
Thanks,
the most
Rhetoric.
vicious gang of the Besmertnay.
Besmetai, or the Besmeti, the Immortals, are West River Sholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Don't fuck around, I am the
He
law.
was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey,
Yeah.
stop right there. How does one know anything?
Oh my god, I love this dude already.
This sounds like epistemology.
It
A
is.
field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
I know that you don't know shit. I'm not going to. Yeah, I know that you don't know shit.
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
That could be the case. Yes, a brilliant work of
No
art.
reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing his gaze on anything. He looks very uncomfortable.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
The young man's eyes glaze over, his voice filled with longing.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
The other guy lights up too.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Yeah, is returning from wherever void he was just
For all
visiting.
their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism.
Aw, that's kind of cute.
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
I see you kids are into anodic dance music. Why aren't there more skulls and martinets? Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the skulls too? I see you kids are into anodic
Oh
dance
man,
music.
yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
He exclaims and stops himself from processing the rest of your question.
Be wary of the abyss.
His blonde friend adds ominously and points to his temple.
Probably
Why?
because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
The lieutenant answers the two rebels. A threat? Good. I like those. Don't fuck with me, boys. I'm one of the bad cops. I just wanted to talk about the music, and now there's a conflict all of a sudden. It's too much. A threat? Good. I like
But
those.
I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Oh, shit.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here.
Yeah, Kim, it's
Joking
alright.
too. Stay light, man.
Yeah, didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Why aren't there more skulls
The
and
Union
martinets?
does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
The lieutenant
Apart
replies
from the
instead.
unions themselves, of course.
Heh.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
The young men exchange approving nods. Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the
We're
skulls or
not
not?
franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept
Because
you?
we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
I said one of the bad cops, but I might have said one of the bad gods on accident.
but in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
The other one adds and whispers something to his
We'll
friend.
fuck the system from the inside, Peter. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
And Blonde agrees and provocatively spits on the pavement. Enough about this scullery then. What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Turn to the blonde youth. Why does your jacket have piss censored written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person.
Oh,
even
you
though
do you,
the
man.
statement has character. And I do like piss.
Oh.
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And I guess it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating.
Okay, I kind of love this dude.
Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
Oh, what?
I mean by this is we are all pissed and that the world is inherently meaningless.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
Turn to the dog creator. Why do you have "fuck the world" written on
Like
your
I said
jacket?
before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
No, it's
I'm
poor guy.
wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
Blow
you
it
get
up.
more fish in a shorter time. And for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
Oh my god.
Because when one fucks everything,
Oh my
he
god.
fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Oh my god, I love these guys.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
Thank you, Rhetoric.
Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops?
Hey, Kim.
Yes.
Do you think it's
What
a
is?
coincidence that there are two of us and two of those jackets?
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you more of a piss censored or a fuck the world kind of
Neither.
guy? Come on, Kim, it's just mental
Fine, if only
exercise.
to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
That works. I feel like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
Lieutenant remarks.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
I might legitimately reload this to get this if I fail.
These guys.
Ah! No, we're totally reloading it. I don't care. No one's here. No one knows. We're getting these fucking jackets. I refuse. I will cheat. Where are you, Half-Light? Oh, that I knew it was gonna fucking do that too. Oh, I totally am. I need it. I physically need it. Okay, I just could have sworn. Do I really? Oh, there we go. Itchy pants. Itchy pants. Oh, that's too perfect. Oh no, I want that. Yeah, I look like a dork. Okay. Get rid of the tear bag. Get rid of that. What do I have anything that increases physique? I don't have any alcohol. Okay, that's fine. I won't drink at 8 in the morning in front of these children. Okay, trash bag, crowbar. Okay, take 2. This is gonna be a lot of mashing.
Yeah,
I
can
which is
the part
Okay then,
you don't.
it's not a question.
the question,
Besma time.
The nat.
possessing an
If it's
The lieutenant.
they usually
I can't wait to become. Murder? Yeah,
Also, he was.
yeah.
This
Hey,
Ah, this sounds like epistem.
exactly.
What if it's art?
No reply. The blue
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
for all the lieutenant on your left.
Oh, man.
probably because of how
That's right.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're called skulls because when you are shot dead in the middle of the street, the skull is the only part the stray dogs want to eat.
Oh, Jesus.
Just trust me and follow my lead.
So, boys, you want to feed the
No
dogs?
reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing.
Oh, I'm glad we
his
went down
gaze
this
on
route.
anything. He looks very uncomfortable. The other one shuffles uncomfortably, nevertheless continuing to steal glances at the lieutenant's motor.
Why aren't there
The
more
Union
Skull and
does
Martinaise?
Don't you?
Yeah, we are.
So
We're not
Reddit, are you-
franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Because we.
But in a.
We'll
Right on, fuck.
Enough
Mm-hmm.
about the scullery then. What's with the
What about
jackets?
Well, the word also. You would.
What?
seems that the
Like I said,
What
I
fuck the
wonder.
world?
to catch a fish, you get
Hold
more
up.
because
hate to is it a coincidence?
Hey, Kim. Do you think it's a
What
coincidence?
is? What are you
Yeah, two of
doing?
us.
I'm
Which
not
one you
sure.
wear?
Neither. Fine. If only to end this discussion.
Yeah, we're some
Seems
more of
about-
a fuck the
So are
world
we
kind of
done
guy.
here? Or
Yes!
you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Ah, demonstrated authority. Okay.
No.
Yes!
Don't ask anything. Be subtle and
Yes.
scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
Wait, how?
Suggest they're massive skulls. Come on.
Boys, with those jackets, you're going to be the Skull Kings
What?
in no times.
no, skulls don't have kings. I think, and we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Oh, I love
Prospect.
this.
Must be a hierarchical term. Probably in the lower end.
Raise your voice. Not even prospects and already aspiring to be
Wow,
kings.
you boys are ambitious.
Fuck
Only
yeah, Kim.
prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
The lieutenant's voice rings over the
He
plaza.
gets it. Passive aggressive flattery.
Oh my god!
Shut the
Boys!
You trying to get us killed?
The youth presses through his clenched teeth. There's panic in
Now
his
bring it
eyes.
to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Yes, we want to be cool killer skulls too, like you guys, but we don't have skull
Please be
jackets.
Quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
Not much is left of the nihilistic rebel at this point. The young man before you is scared out of his mind. Skull King, make shrunken heads out of us. You offer us your jackets like that? It'd be impolite to refuse. Yes, the jackets. Skull King, make shrunken heads out of
Fuck
us.
you, man. Take them then.
He looks around the plaza. You offer us your jackets like that? It'd be
Oh,
impolite to
man.
refuse.
Okay, I get you. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
I'm sorry, guys.
Fuck.
Yes! The other one sighs deeply.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
You know, since you said you're more of a fist-censored kind of guy,
I'm
I'll take the
absolutely
other
okay
one.
with not having either one, thank you.
Why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell and go undercover hard.
This case doesn't require us to raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Cold-hearted cop.
Well, whatever. I'll take the both of them then.
I'm fine with that.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with "piss" written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to urine.
Yeah,
And fuck the
conceptualization.
world, all on its own, is, frankly, generic.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
The dark-haired young man just stands there defeated. The wind
Yeah.
blows.
Let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Aw. Sorry, guys. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. Thank you. I'm so glad we did that.